You're listening to the Keep It Real podcast with Zach Phelan, where we talk everything real estate, real business, and real life. My name is Zach Phelan, and I'm a real estate investor, realtor, entrepreneur, and family man. This podcast is brought to you by Home Scout. Home Scout shows you every home listed on the market in real time, meaning if a home you're looking at goes under contract with another buyer, you will see it in real time. You can track homes that have sold, save favorite homes, get notified when a home hits the market in a neighborhood you're watching, and so much more. The best thing about Home Scout is your information is 100% secure. The only people who can see your phone number and email is yours truly, Zach Phelan, and my lender, Jenna Groff. Most people don't know this, but other apps and platforms sell your information to at least 3 realtors and 7 lenders. That's 10 phone calls and multiple emails from 10 different people. Keep your information safe in our hands. We promise not to abuse it. Download the Home Scout app now. The link is below in the show notes, or email me and I will send you a direct link. If prompted for a VIP code, use my phone number 928-853-0683. Go download the Home Scout app now and start searching for that new home today. Hey guys, welcome. So excited to be working with you. I'm going to take you through the buyer process today. What it takes to get started and to go through the whole thing, and I'm just going to run you through it. It's really simple. You've probably been in contact with your lender or my lender already. Jenna Groff will be getting a hold of you. I always like to have multiple lenders anyway so we can get the best interest rate, and Jenna's pretty good at beating everybody else. So first part of this whole thing is getting pre-qualified to buy a house. Either you're buying with cash, which is great, or you're going to get a loan and you're going to have to be pre-qualified. We can't even submit an offer without having a pre-qualification letter. So first step, get pre-qualified. I'll get you in contact with Jenna. So that's kind of the first step. Second step is we're going to start looking for some homes. Now we have the internet. We're going to be online. We're going to be on my app, the Home Scout app. You're going to be getting listings from me on the MLS, and they're going to come to you every single day. We're going to find like the top 5 to top 3 that you really like. With this day and age, it's really easy to find the top 5 homes. Sometimes homes are a little different because we're really good at taking pictures nowadays, but really we're going to be able to narrow that list down. We're not going to need to look at 20 homes. We're going to be able to throw a bunch of them out. So we're going to go through kind of like, what are the top 3 things you need? I got to have a nice kitchen, I got to have a 2-car garage, and I got to have a wood burning fireplace. Great. We're going to find the location. We're going to find 3 homes that match that in that location. We're going to go look at those homes. We're going to find the best one for you. We're going to submit an offer. That's how that part is going to go. If those 3 homes don't work, we're going to get back online. We're going to look again. And oftentimes we're going to wait a little bit until we find a house that hits the market that fits what we're looking for. And then we're going to go look. And you'll see that home hit and you're going to call me and say, hey, Zach, let's go check out this house. All right, let's go check it out. And then we're going to get that house. We're going to make an offer. We're going to put it under contract. So let's talk offers. I'm going to do all the negotiating for you. I'm going to take care of that part for you. When it comes to the house, it's very situational, location situational, and we can draft offers in a lot of different ways. Depends on if we're buying cash, if we're putting 20% down, or we're just doing a 5% conventional loan or a 3.5% FHA loan. There's a lot of different factors that play into putting into the offer. I will walk you through all that. That's a whole separate video that we can do and go through that contract and that kind of stuff. But I'll take you through it when the time comes. We're going to put the offer in, get it accepted. Then the next part is you're going to open up escrow by submitting your earnest monies. And your earnest monies typically are going to vary between $1,500 all the way up to about $5,000. Your earnest monies go hand in hand with the contract. It goes to title company. The title company is a neutral third party that collects all the paperwork, collects the loan, checks that the title is clear and can be transferred into your name. And they're the neutral third party that takes care of all the transaction, puts it all together, puts the house in your name. Let's go back to the earnest monies. You're going to send that via a wire or a cashier's check to the title company. If you're working with me, and if we're getting the title company that I want, we're going to be working with Nicole Blair. Her team will be reaching out to you. Once that's with title company, escrow is officially opened up. So step 1, get pre-qualified. Step 2, find the house, get the offer in, get it accepted, open escrow by sending in the contract and the earnest monies. And I take care of the contract stuff. It's pretty simple. From there, we get into the inspection and the termite report. So during the contract, we're going to have between a 10-14 day inspection period typically. Sometimes I bump it out a little bit longer, but I like about 14 days. During that inspection period, we can get out of the house for any reason at any time. After that, it gets a little bit more tricky to get out, but sometimes we can still do it and keep that deposit money that you put down. That earnest money's deposit. So from here, we're going to schedule inspections. I'm going to use my guy Tim Neal, Peak Home Inspections. I've known him since we were about 7th grade, so great guy. And then we're going to do a termite inspection too. And I'm going to use my guy Garrett. I've known him for quite some years as well. So same people, use them over and over and again. We get a fast response. The inspection is going to come back. And this is a big part of the contract. Inspection is going to come back. Termite report's going to come back. There's going to be some items listed that need to get fixed. You know, any big issues, plumbing, sewer, housing, foundation, electrical, those issues we're definitely going to get addressed. I'm always seeing something that pops up with the hot water heater, so we'll get that addressed if needed. Sometimes it's just a little valve thing that doesn't really make a difference, but the inspectors have to put it down. So during that time, we're going to reopen up negotiations, and if an item needs to get fixed, we're definitely going to get it fixed, or we're going to back out of the contract, or we're going to say, hey, you know, this and this and this needs to be fixed. We want $5,000 off the house. Sometimes we got to resort to that, and sometimes it works out. If the buyer and seller can't come to an agreement at that point, we go both ways, no harm, no foul. After that, well, typically right when we get that inspection report back and I know that we're going to be okay, there's no major issues with the house, I'm going to order the appraisal. So while that's happening, I'm going to order the appraisal, talk with my lender, she'll get it going. The appraisals are taken anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, depending on how busy the season is. And we'll get through that Binzer negotiation, get a couple items fixed and repaired that need to be repaired in the house. And after that, we're going to get that appraisal back. It's either at value, above value, or below value. If it's below value, then we have, you know, that's when I dig in my heels and say, hey, look, the appraisal was for $250, or the house was for $250. The appraisal came in at $245. Max we're paying is $245. Your seller's going to have to drop the ball or drop the price down a little bit. And sometimes they do that. And sometimes it comes to, you know, we really like this house. We're willing to meet them in the middle. And, you know, that's another form of negotiation that opens up between us. I usually dig my heels in pretty hard and say, hey, look, you're going to have to drop your price to meet us where we're at. It's a tough part for a seller to be in because they are now stuck with that appraisal for 6 months. And anyone else who comes in to buy their house, they're going to have an appraisal that says, hey, this house is now worth $245. So they kind of get put between a rock and a hard place, and they're going to have to kind of go with us. So I usually dig in pretty hard and negotiate hard at that point. From what we've been seeing in the last 4 years is they're coming in at value. And if we do a good enough job negotiating, sometimes I can get you a little above that. So that's always my goal. I have a fiduciary duty to you. I try my hardest to get you a goal. I treat you as if you were one of my younger brothers or my mom. Like, you know, I'm going to do the best I can possibly do for you. And that's how we run our business. After that appraisal is done, we're pretty much there. Now we're at the very home stretch. At this point in time, you're going to be doing some loan docs with the lender. You're going to be signing documents before we close. We're going to be scheduling closing. That's always a crazy time. You're like, do I get Wednesday off? Do I get Friday off? What day do I got to move in? You know, that's always a fun time. An important thing to note, the closing documents, it's called the CD, needs to be signed 3 days prior to closing. So we try to get all that stuff done up front and early so the lenders can do their stuff, lock in your interest rate, get your loan through underwriting, and sent over to the title company. 3 days before we close, we should have all documents and everything should be done. Doesn't always happen, but we push really, really hard to make that happen. At that point in time, you'll sign documents, and signing is very easy. It can be done in China nowadays. It can be done in any city, anywhere. We can send you a courier and you get things signed. Most of all the signatures happen online, straight through your email. Just a couple clicks of the button on the phone, and information is signed. The very closing docs, you will have to wet signature it, but we'll send someone to you wherever you're at, or you come into the title company. It doesn't matter. All right, so we're there at the very home stretch now. We're there. Appraisal's in. You've signed loan docs. We've scheduled closing. It has to go be recorded. I know this is crazy. You cannot have the keys until the home has been recorded. It's going to be recorded with the city or with the county. So the title company is going to take your down payment. They're going to take the loan They're going to take all those monies, put it all together. They're going to move the home into your name, and then it has to go to the city or county to be recorded. Once it's recorded, it's officially yours. Then you get the keys, then you can start the whole moving in process. So I'll be there to guide and help you through that whole time and make sure everything lines up and it all works. Once it's recorded, it's yours. And that is the whole process. I know it sounds scary. There's a lot to it. I'm going to hit you on the big pieces real quick. Get pre-qualified. Find a house. Get the offer accepted. Send in earnest monies. Order the inspection and the termite report. Get those reports back. Then you negotiate what you want repaired with the Binzer report. During that time, I'm going to order the appraisal. Once the Binzer's been negotiated and the repairs are being made to the house, during that time, the appraisal will come back to us. The appraisal comes back. It's at value, it's above value, or it's below value. If it's at value, we move forward. If it's above value, we move forward. If it's below value, we renegotiate and figure out a win-win for both of us. From there, we're about ready to close. The lender does their finishing touches to your loan. Everything goes to the title company. We sign 3 days before the actual closing. The day of closing, we gather all the funds, all the paperwork, and it gets sent to the city or county for recording. It records, and you get the keys. My favorite part. So that is it in a nutshell, very fast. There's a lot that happens in there. I'm here for any questions. Just reach out to me. Hey guys, I'm going to keep it real with you. Thank you guys for listening to this week's podcast. If you could do us a huge favor and write us a review, it really helps out the channel. Samantha and I really do appreciate it. So go ahead and write us a review. Thank you so much. If you know anyone that I should be talking to, please do send them our way. We really appreciate it. See you guys for next week's episode. Until then, keep it real.